morning, sweet friends. Welcome to Embellish the Story. I'm so glad you're here with me today. And if you're a new subscriber, I welcome you. I'm so tickled you've joined my channel. And this morning I have a lot of things on my desk. I just kind of laid them out so you can see the amount of things that I gathered. And I'm going to make some just very straightforward journaling, and I'm going to make journaling index cards. I just got up this morning and I dipped these in some coffee real quick, and then I dried them in the oven. So this is what I'm doing today. I'm totally out of journaling cards, so I thought that we would craft along together, because I'd much rather craft with you than craft by myself. So I'm excited to get started. I'm going to clear my desk and we'll get started. All right, I've got everything ready, and I'm going to try not to overthink this today. I'm just going to do some collaging, and then we'll decorate the cards. And I want to apologize in advance that I don't know where every single piece of paper came from. I will try to tell you where it came from, but I'm not completely sure where all these pieces came from. I shouldn't have inked that all the way up there. Just gonna tear that right there. I will try my best to remember. I know this little piece came from Oohlala Vintage Treasures in her Ruffles and Roses kit. And I'm just going to start collaging and lay these down. I like the patina on these index cards. They kind of look webbed. I have no idea what they turned out that way. I truly just quickly dipped them in coffee and let them bake while I was having my coffee this morning. So let's see how some music sheet looks there. I think I'll put that on this end. I hope y'all are having a good start to your day. It's early morning here. I can see the sunrise as I'm doing this. It's so pretty. From my filming desk, it's the perfect place to watch the sunrise. So I enjoy that. I really am an early morning crafter. So what have you guys got planned for the day? I have my whole morning free. And then I'm going to, after I do this, I'll get ready to go to work. And then we're going to see my favorite comedian tonight. And I don't know if you've ever heard her. It's Leanne Morgan, and I think she is so funny. And she's, she doesn't say ugly words. She's about my age, and she makes me laugh. The only thing about it is I get up so early, and I'm in bed usually by 9:30. and I'll be out past my bedtime. So I'm hoping I'll make it all the way through without falling asleep. Because I am not a night person anymore. I used to be a night person. But then I started getting up early. I find the older I am, the less sleep I need. So, hopefully I'll make it all the way through the night. I really like listening to her so much. So my husband and I are going to see her. That'll be fun. So this reminds me of the old way that I crafted a long time ago. I would just try to collage little bits of things. All of these digitals I've used so far are scraps I have left from using my Oohlala Vintage Treasures digital sets. So that's what I've used so far. This is some French script from Doreen. I think I'll use some of this. Oh, I wish I had left that a straight edge. But that's okay. We'll go ahead and tear it. And I'll kind of, let's see, how wide does it need to be? Just about that wide. So collaging is very relaxing to me. Because I don't have to think a lot about it. I'm not crazy about that spot. I should have taken that off. Let's see what else we can find to put there. That's pretty. Let's just put this here. Kind of cover that up. I'm out of lots of things in my little stash. I sent out a couple of orders this week, and it pretty much deplenished my stash of things. So it's time for me to make some really basic, go back to some basic things. Put back in my stash. So that's what I'll be doing for a few days. It's just some really, really basic. Some really, really basic little pieces. And I just wanted to bring y'all along with me as I do it. So I want a focal point here. This is just the background. I'm going to see what I have on my desk. I have this pretty hat box image by Little Lady Paperie. I like that a lot. And I like these shoes. Let's try those first. It's got, so this one's by Little Lady Paperie also. It's got these vintage shoes with some umbrellas surrounding it. I'm going to ink this one since it's going to be, I'm going to have to move that up some. Since it's going to be on the very top. Let's see, where do we want this? Maybe we'll decorate to one side. Get that one out of the way so I don't get a lot of glue on that one. And so there, I covered that up. Oh. I think I'll put some things here. You know what, I think I'm going to lift this up and put this piece of lace down first. To re-glue that. I should have thought about the lace first. I'll probably just let that peek over the edge there. I'm out of fabric tack. Fabra tack. I guess that's how you say it. So I am just hoping this art glitter glue will do its thing. All right, so what are we gonna decorate with over here? I have my bits jar. I've shown this to you before. So I'm going to see what I can just grab out of it. And see if we can use some of these pieces. Pretty sure we can. That's an interesting piece. It's already like sort of ruched. That's really thick to go on these. I need something else there. Let's try this. See how this wants to fall. That's backwards. Let's see. I like that. I'm going to use my glue gun to put that down. I think I want that high. This was the edge of a wedding dress. On the very edge of this. Let's see. It's not going to go down with just the art glitter glue. I'll just reinforce it with some with the glue gun. Where's that little piece I cut? Let's do this here. I think I need to use my glue gun. on my fabrics today. Let's see how some buttons would be on that. Or we could put something sparkly. That's a piece of an old earring that I found at a thrift store. Where is it? Kind of, it's just right there. Can I get it? Yeah. Is that big enough? I don't know if that one's going to be big enough. But I like the gold. I like the gold with this. Let's see if I want to put that piece of lace right in here. I think I'll put that there. You guys, you know what? I need a pokey tool. And a couple of my crafter friends make these stunning pokey tools. I need to reach out and see if they will put one in their Etsy shop for me. Because I get this glue all over my fingers. So that's pretty. I like the way that turned out. What do you think? So here was a quick one. I'm going to set that aside. Oh, that's pretty. This is also by Little Lady Paperie. I love. I'll show you. Look, isn't that pretty? I love those gowns hung there. Let's see. I hope I can get most of these on this card. This card is so small. Oh, I wish I could get that. I like that hat box and stuff that's up there. I think I'll just cut them off at the bottom. It's very quiet in my house right now. So I like to get up before everybody starts stirring. It's just me and my husband, but I just like to get up here and play with you guys, and then the house starts to stir. Let's do this. I wonder. Let's do that one that way. I wish I hadn't taken so much off it. Oh well. So I think I'm going to do some lace with this again. Oh, let's try a dolly. Let's try a paper dolly on each side. Let's see how this looks. Is that too much? What do you think? Maybe I just want one. Maybe I just want one. And then we could put let's see. You can barely see that. Or have this with the on top. Oh, that looks pretty. So I'm going to put this down. I'm not going to, I'll go back and glue this down really good. Maybe I'll use my glue gun. And put down this lace here. Then I'll put this down here. Right. That looks pretty. So what are you going to do up top? Let's see. This lace is a little more substantial. I might try this dolly again. Just the tiniest bit of that. Like this again. Kind of want to use something different though. This is part of a dress. I think it was a blouse that I thrifted. These flowers, they're 3D. They're almost like little tiny doilies. So let's see how this looks. You know, I tend to do my best pieces when I don't overthink them, but I'm a notorious overthinker. I'm very notorious for that. So I try to stop overthinking. I think I like this down here. Kind of flows with those lines. We'll just put this down right here and let it kind of go with that line. That looks pretty. Okay. I could repeat that again up here. Let's see. I don't know if I'm crazy about that. Here's some of this tulle. Let's see what else I have. Oh, I had this. I could use that tiny cluster. Let's see what that tiny cluster right there looks like. Just that little bitty cluster. I'm not going to keep the whole flower. Okay, that's too round. I'm going to kind of make it less round and just get that little cluster of pearl there. I like that. Since we've got some pearl up there, I think some pearl down here would look good. I could try buttons, but you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to see how this looks with some lace. Yeah, I want to stick some lace under there. Well, that's what I'll do. I'll put something down and then I'll change it up. I'm notorious for taking things I make apart and then totally reworking them. Let's see what kind of piece I have in here. This is a really pretty piece, and it's from, I know it's a piece from Oohlala Vintage Treasures. So I'm just going to use that tiny flower. Then I have the rest of that. So what do you think about that one? I think that turned out pretty. All right, so these have been quicker than I thought. So I think I'm going to collage another one. Oh, look, that says till we meet, and it said again. I like that. Oh, remind me not to cover that up. I don't want to cover that up. Let's see. You know, on my craft room video, I had a couple of comments that it didn't look like I actually crafted in here. That was funny. That was funny. And it really didn't when I thought about it. But maybe I need to take some pictures and put those at the end of the video so you guys can see what a hot mess I can make. I can make a hot mess really quick. I do try to clean it up before I walk away from my craft room. You know, one time I saw this YouTube video about, it was like change your life in 2 minutes. And I thought, well, I wonder what that's about. And it said, don't put off something that will take you less than 2 minutes to do. And I cannot clean my whole craft room in 2 minutes. But if I just spend 2 minutes as I am just leaving the room, I have found that it really does make a difference if I'll just spend 2 minutes. So that's what I try to do before I leave. Just spend 2 minutes. That's going to be my focal point more than likely, so I'm going to do it like that. I know that was a Oohlala Vintage Treasures digital. I'm sorry I don't remember where every piece is from, but this was my scrap pile. And I've had, it's been gathering for so long, I just can't remember. I will go back and ink these when all's said and done. All right, what kind of focal point do we want this time? I love this lady. I love this whole thing, but I love this lady. This comes from Doreen's at Oohlala Vintage Treasure. Biscotti Silk Lady Elegance Kit. So let's tear her. Make her the focal point of this one. make it her head. So I'm going to make that a straight edge. Sorry, I hit my light. This is such a small space. I'm going to leave the edges so I can maybe tuck something up under her. Okay. So I can get some lace up under there again. I think I'm going to gather that. Just put this gathered under there. What do I want on the other side? You know what? I really like that tulle around her. I'll just put it on top of that lace. I think I'll do that on both sides. Just put it on top of the lace. Not that. I need this. Then I'm going to go ahead and put her down good. Then let's see how we like it if we just gather some of this tulle around her. This is stretchy tulle I got from off a wedding dress. It was, the whole wedding dress was this stretchy tulle. It was probably from the 50s or the 60s. It was in super bad shape and they were going to throw it away. I volunteer at a thrift store that is amazing. It's where I find so much stuff, and it supports the local homeless women and children's shelter. So I find a lot of pieces there, and then if they get a wedding gown, and some of them are, lots of them actually are in really bad shape. So they'll call me and say, we've got this wedding gown you might be interested in because we're going to throw it away. We can't sell it. So a couple of times I've gotten those, and this was one of those where and it was in such bad shape they didn't even think I would keep it, but I loved it. It had holes in it. But I was so tickled to find this really vintage tulle. Right. Now I need something. Both of these sides. I might cover up all the collaging, which would be very typical of the way I craft. I put it down and then I cover it up. This is just a piece of fabric that I got off something from the thrift store. So I like that there. And this part right here. Don't want to use this again. I don't know, what do you think? Maybe I should just go with the symmetrical look that I've got going. On here. Let's see. I think I will. Just slip that there. Whoops. Okay. Let's kind of scrunch that there. Okay, so I've got that going on, and I kind of want, so we want buttons. There's another pearl button. It's really pretty. Maybe that's what I want. Let's try a sparkly something, and then we'll decide. You guys know I'll add sparkly if I can possibly add it. This is an old, I don't know, that was probably a bracelet or a necklace. I don't know, she's kind of sparkly. Oh, here's a piece from an old earring. I think isn't that the one I just used? I think it is. I might use that again. That's a pretty piece. I got this from that same thrift store. We'll put that down right there. So that's pretty. I could do this for hours. This is so relaxing to me. I think I'm going to put that there. Maybe I should have put a button there, down here. I don't really have any buttons. That is so heavy for this. So I think I'll stop there. So let's see what we got. Let me clear everything away. Clear the mess as much as possible. So I have these two. And then I have this one. So you can see how they turned out. I really like them, y'all. I think they turned out pretty. Right. So that was a productive few minutes. I'm really, really glad I turned on the camera to craft with you guys this morning. I'd much rather craft with you than by myself. I will go back and try to ink these as best I can. But I think I'm done for right now. I'm going to do some more of these. But for right now, I'm done. All right, you guys. Thank you so much for crafting with me this morning and just going through the thought process with me. I hope you have a really beautiful day. Always remember to embellish the story, you guys. And I'll craft with you soon. Bye-bye.